Hi, how you doing? Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to our beginner workout. We'll get started in about 30 seconds. So 30 seconds for a few more people to join. All right, welcome to our beginner workouts. Today we're going to do a mobilize, stretch, and activate workout. As always with the workouts, go at your own pace. So if you want to push a little harder, you need to take a little more rest, you do what's right for you. This is your workout. Make sure we focus on that good technique when we're doing the exercise. We want to get the most out of the exercise when we're doing them, and technique is the way that we do that. And then lastly, as always, have fun while we're going through this workout. So let's get down on the ground. We're going to start with our warm-up. Okay, so we're going to create a little triangle with my left knee, front knee, back legs pulled in behind me, hands on either side of the knee, nice and tall through the spine. I'm going to hinge forward, and I'm going to feel that stretch in my glutes. Kind of dropping down into it, playing with the angle. But again, having that movement come from the hip. So from there, we're going to come up. We're going to walk the hands away from our feet, creating that nice big stretch through the front of our hip here. Looking over my left shoulder to get that stretch. Good, we're going to come back to the middle. We're going to flip. So now it's going to be my right knee that's forward. My left leg that's pulled back in behind. Nice and tall. I'm going to hinge forward. Getting that stretch through the glutes. Playing with that angle, seeing what feels best, dropping down into it. From there, we're going to come up. We're going to walk the hands away from the feet. Nice big stretch through the front of the hip flexor there. Looking over my right shoulder to get that nice big stretch. And that's great. We'll come back up from there. I'm going to tie in the upper body now. So I'm reaching back with my right hand. And then I'm bringing my right elbow to my left knee. Reach, elbow to knee. Reach, elbow to knee. Reach, elbow to knee, and one more. Good, we'll hit the other side. So left side, reaching back, elbow to knee. Reach. Get a little bit of rotation, nice stretch through the chest. And one more. Good. Now we're going to do it a little lunge, so load up the lunge. So lunge forward, rotating to that same side. My left leg going forward, I'm rotating to the left, and then driving back up. Lunge, rotate, drive back up. Lunge, rotate, drive back up. We'll hit the other side now. So my right leg, and I'm going to rotate to my right. Right leg, rotate to my right. Good, we got one left. And there we go. So good, we're all warmed up, we're fired up, ready to go. So our group one exercise that we're going to do 3 exercises. So the first one will be a scorpion. We're going to lie on our stomach. We're going to be reaching the leg back to get a stretch. Then we'll go into a T-spine rotation, so working on the upper body. And then we'll finish with a hip hinge rear delt fly. So we're going to hinge forward, doing a hip hinge, and then hit our rear delt, so a fly. Okay? And I'll show you those as we go through. So let's get started. So we're going to hop down on the ground on our stomach and chest. And then for the scorpion, we're just going to bring the leg up and across to the other side. Okay? And then I'll do that on the other side. So we're just kind of alternating that back and forth. It's going to open up the hip flexors, getting a little bit of rotation through that lower body. And just going back and forth with that. And time. Okay, so from there we're getting ready for the T-spine rotation. So what we're going to do is, getting on our side, stacking the knees, one arm's out front, we're going to rotate around the clock, and then back around, okay? Rotating all the way around, the head can drop back, opening up, and back around. Rotate, back around, and then we're going to flip. So now I'm going to the other side, and I'm rotating around, back to the middle. rotate, opening up the chest, back in, and one more rotate, and that's it for that. So we're going to stand up now. We're going to be hinging forward, so a nice hinge like this, and then we're just doing a rear delt fly like so, okay? So lifting the hands, squeezing the shoulder blades together. For this rear delt fly, I like to think the palms are towards the ground at the top here. And feel that squeeze between your shoulder blades when you get to the top. You feel the back of the shoulder in between the shoulder blades. Working on kind of opening up the chest. And time. Okay, so we're back on our stomach. We're getting ready for that scorpion again. Let's have a little more space here. Okay, and then we just lift the leg and rotate whatever we can, trying to kind of keep the chest, down as much as we can when we're doing this movement. Just back and forth, one side and then the other. And time. Good, so we're going to get on the side again. So we're getting ready for those T-spine rotations, so the knees are stacked on top of each other. Around. Working the shoulders as well. Okay, we're going to flip sides now. So flipping over. And time. Okay, we're back on our feet. So we're going to hinge forward. And doing that rear delt fly. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And time. Okay, we're back down on the chest, so getting ready for those scorpions again. And time. Okay, so we're going to the side for those thoracic spine rotations. Knees are stacked. Rotate around. Okay, we're going to flip. So we're hitting the other side. And time. Okay, we're back on the feet, and then we're getting ready for those rear delt flies. Okay, to finish up with the rear delt flies. So remember, hinge from the hips, back stays nice and flat. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. All right, that's time. So group one done. You can grab a drink, grab a breather. Okay, so group two, We're going to do neck circles, so mobilizing the neck. We're going to do a lat stretch, and then we'll do a reverse lunge, okay? Take another second, have a little breath. And then we'll get into group 2. So neck circles, here we go. Okay, so group 2 starting. So for the neck circles, we're going to drop the chin down to the chest. The ear goes over to the shoulder. The chin starts to rotate up towards the ceiling. Ear goes to the other shoulder and down. Once we get to the middle, we can go the other way. So other shoulder, chin up to the ceiling, other shoulder, and down. Rotate back the other way. Neck mobilizing, stretching out all the muscles and tissue in the back of the neck. All right. Perfect. So for our lat stretch, we're just going to be reaching up to the ceiling. We'll grab the wrist and we can lean over to the side, okay? So I'm going to reach up ceiling. I'm going to grab my right wrist with my left hand. I'm going to lean to my left, and I'm pulling that right wrist up a little. It's getting a big stretch all through my right side, through the lat there, down into my obliques. Okay, and we'll stand up. We'll switch to the other side. So now I'm grabbing that left wrist, leaning over to the right, pulling with the right hand to lengthen everything down that left side into the lat a little bit. And then breathing. And down in front. Okay, so reverse lunge will be next. So we're going to get a nice stance, and then we'll be stepping back, lowering on that front leg. So weights on my front leg, I drive back up through my front leg, and then I'm just going to alternate to the other side. So we'll just go back and forth with that reverse lunge, feeling that leg getting loaded. Go as low as you feel comfortable, and then make sure the knees tracking nice and in line with the toes. Okay, we don't want it collapsing in on us or anything. Keeping that nice balance, go at your own pace. Driving that front foot into the ground to push you back up. And time. Okay, so we're getting ready for the neck circles again. Okay, so remember, chin goes down, rotate around, and then once we get back to the middle, we'll switch the other way. Chin down, ear goes to the shoulder, chin goes up, ear to other shoulder, and then to the middle, we'll switch, we'll go the other way. And time. Okay, lat stretch coming up next. So get set, reach those hands up, grabbing the wrist, lean the opposite way. Breathe while you're in this. That's going to help you relax and get that stretch a little bit more. Okay, we're going to stand up, we'll hit the other side, so leaning the other way, pulling that wrist up slightly to increase the stretch. And time. All right, now we're getting ready for our reverse lunge. All right, down, driving through that front leg. Weights on the front leg, the front foot stays nice and flat, so even weight from the front of the foot to the back of the foot, right? Push the foot in, driving up. Good, keep that control. Push in, and time. All right, so one more round of those. Good work, good work. Okay, dropping the chin. Good, keep working around in those circles. And time. I know I definitely feel that one. I get it at the back of my neck for sure after looking at a computer screen a lot during the day. Okay, here we go. Back into the lats, leaning over. Okay, we're gonna hit the other side. Good, keep focusing on that breathing. And time. Okay, and then we're getting ready for our last one of the reverse lunges. Nice and controlled, but push yourself. Get a good workout here. Okay, here we go. Driving up through that front leg. Good, keep that up. Legs are moving. Nice and controlled. Drive through that front leg. And time. Good work. So 2 down. Okay, so group 3, grab a drink, grab a breather. Group 3, we're going to do a downward dog with a calf pump, so getting a little bit extra stretch to our calves. A groin stretch, so just going side to side to get the groin stretch, and then push up. Okay, so nice big breath, and then we'll get into the downward dog. So we're going to be kind of in that plank position, high plank. Okay, and then the hips are going to go up. Push your hands in the ground. Kind of bring your head inside if you can, and then you're just pushing one heel towards the ground, and then the other. You're just alternating, and that's going to get that stretch kind of through the back of the leg, into the calf, on that side that you're gently pushing the heel towards the ground. Just kind of alternate it back and forth. Keep the hands pushed into the ground. And time. Okay, so groin stretch, we're going to get up. We're going to get in this kind of split stance position. And then we're just going to kind of go to one side, keeping that trail leg straight, getting that stretch through the groin on that side. You can stick the hips back a little to get that stretch. And then we're going to switch. So we're going to go to the other side now. So our body weight goes towards the other side, the legs bend, that trail leg stays nice and straight. Getting the stretch all through the groin, so the inner thigh. And time. Okay, and then we're going to get ready for our push-up. So we can do it modified, we can do it off the toes, either version. Make sure the core is nice and tight on both. So modified, we're off the knees, right? Down, pushing up as one solid piece. Off the toes, core is tight. We push up as one solid piece with that one as well. Okay, so downward dog's next. So we kind of stay on our knees, little rest, and then we're getting ready for it. Plank, hips go up, head goes towards our feet, and then we're going to push those heels down as we're pushing our hands into the ground to keep us nice and stable through our shoulders. And time. Okay, so we're going to get up. Again, we'll take that kind of split stance. Okay, toes are forward. Hinge over to the one side. I think about pushing the hip down towards the ground maybe a little, and the knee down. Get that nice stretch all through that inner thigh. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. Nice and long, pushing that hip down. All right, so we're getting ready for our push-up again next. Okay, here we go, nice and controlled. Shouldn't feel it in your low back at all. Core stays tight. All right, one round left. Whew. Take a little breather, getting ready for our downward dogs here. Hips go up. Head comes towards our feet as we push those hands in the ground to stabilize us. Pushing the heels down towards the ground, alternating. Get that stretch through the calf, back of the leg. Almost there. All right. So next one is that lateral, that groin stretch. Get that lateral stance. Good, nice stretch. Okay, we'll hit the other side. Coming over. Stretch through that hip. Through the lateral thigh. All right, and then we're getting ready for a push-up. So last one, get that upper body going. Again, core is going to be engaged. Okay, here we go. And time. Good work. Third group done. Catch our breath, and then we'll get ready for group 4, and then we just have the cool down. All right, so in group 4, we're going to do a lateral leg swing. So swinging the leg back and forth, getting some mobility through the hips and the leg. Child's pose, kind of stretch out the thoracic spine and the lats. And then lastly, we'll have a single leg deadlift, kind of activate all those muscles on the back side of the body. All right, here we go. So when we're doing the leg swing, if you have something to hold on to, just kind of to stabilize you. And then we're just going to be swinging the leg like this. Okay, across the body and then out to the side. Okay, just getting some of that abduction and adduction movement our legs maybe don't quite normally get. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. Across the body and then out away. Okay, back and forth like that. So again, if you need to hold on to something, that's fine. If you're going to try and balance yourself, you can try that too, but it's a little bit harder. Okay, so we're going to get down on the ground for the child's pose next. On our knees, hands are going to go out in front of us. Sit back into the heels. Think about pushing your chest down towards the ground. Good, focus on the breathing, pushing that chest down towards the ground. Hands high. Okay, so we're standing up. For the single leg deadlift, we'll be on one leg, hinging from the hip. So one leg's going to go back, torso's going to go forward, and then we stand back up, okay? Keeping that balance, watching the knee doesn't collapse in on us. We'll switch to the other side now. Ooh. When you're hinging with that one, really make sure you keep that neutral spine, okay? We don't want to round through the back. So we're getting ready for those leg swings again. Got my balance, and then we're just swinging. Definitely feel this through the hip because a lot of those muscles maybe don't get as much work as they should throughout the day. Okay, so that's good. We'll hit the other side. Good, in, out. And time. Okay, we're back down on the ground. Getting ready for that child's pose. My hands go out in front. Sit the hips back into the heels. Chest is going down towards the ground. And we're breathing through it, right? That breath can help us relax. And time. So we're coming back up to the feet, and we're going to have that single leg deadlift again. So we're getting set, get our balance. Here we go, nice hinge, stand tall. Hinge, stand tall. Okay, we'll hit the other side. Focus on that form, that nice neutral spine as we're going forward. All right, little breather, and then we're into our last lateral swing. Okay, get set. Okay, we're switching, other side. And time. Okay, we're gonna get ready for that child's pose again. So we're sitting or getting down on our knees. Hands can go out in front. Gonna sit back into those heels now. Pushing the chest towards the ground and breathing, right? Good, keep breathing through the whole movement. Feeling that length through your lats. Extension through your upper back. All right, and we're getting into our last one, our single leg deadlift here. Okay, remember when we hinge, nice flat back. Okay, we're gonna hit the other side. And time. Awesome, good work. So group 4 done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Just gonna grab a drink and then we'll get into the cool down. All right, so we can start cooling it down. We'll stretch out the hip flexors, the quads. So we're gonna grab our foot, pull our heel towards our bum, push the hip forward, nice and tall. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, we'll hit the other side. So again, we can grab onto something, pull the heel towards the bum, push push that hip forward. Feel a little tighter here on my left side today. Great, so from there we're going to stretch the chest. So if you have a door frame, a wall, you put your hand on the wall or on the door frame, and then you turn away from it. So I'm turning away from my right side. Give me that nice stretch through the right side of my upper body. Okay, we'll hit the other side. So left hand goes on the wall, turn away from that, nice and tall. Again, focusing on the breathing, big breath in, big exhale to cool things down. Good. So last thing, we're just going to do a little neck. We'll hit a little bit of the posterior part of the neck. So I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to put it just kind of on the back of my head, and I'm just going to gently guide my nose down towards my left armpit. I'm going to feel that a little bit through the right posterior part of my neck. And then just a light pull, just gentle. And then I'm breathing through that whole thing, trying to keep my right shoulder down. Okay, so we'll do the same thing on the right side. So my right hand goes kind of on the back of my head, just a little guide of my nose down towards my right armpit. My left shoulder stays nice and low. And I'm going to breathe through that. All right. So that's it. So that's our beginner workout for today. Mobilize, Stretch, Activate. Great work. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we see you back again soon. Take care.